Greetings, my dears, in love and light. How to use telepathy. You're telepathic too. Your mind is very powerful, more powerful than most realise or are led to believe. Telepathy is the exchange of energy for the purpose of communication. Our minds receive thought energy telepathically and translate it into imagery and meaning. The physical senses are not used. Each of us performs telepathy every day of our lives to a more or lesser degree without even realising it. When you spend a lot of time with someone, do you find you finish each other's sentences? Your energies are becoming aligned, therefore telepathic communication becomes easy. Telepathy, derived from Greek words meaning far feeling, is a psychic skill. It refers to the process of transference, that's the transferring of meaning. We all enjoy telepathic experiences from time to time. For example, you make a suggestion for a fun activity to do, just as your friend replies, "I was just about to say that." Or your child asks you to cook a particular meal just after you decide to cook just that. Or perhaps a friend knocks on the door just as you thought of them for the first time that day. Perhaps your mother calls you just as you were picking up the phone to call her. Not all coincidences, you might think, and many people know there's more to it, some sort of unseen communication. So why can't we hold conversations with each other in our heads, mind to mind? Well, the process of telepathy is not guessing. For example, playing a game and guessing what number or colour the other person is thinking of. It's not talking in the mind. Spoken language does not play a part. There is no talking in English or any other language mind to mind. It is not stepping into the other person's mind. You cannot go inside someone else's head and dig around in their thoughts searching for what you're looking for. The process of telepathy does feel like you just know. The phrase "you just know" sums it up. It's the sharing of one person's thoughts and feelings with you as if it were your own. Remember, thoughts being concepts in this case, not words, belonging to a language. You just know the thing the other person knows. It's similar to the following example. In an instant, with no effort at all, a file saved on a computer is sent via email and copied onto another computer. Both containing the same information, there are now two copies without anyone moving a muscle. The thought just appears there, as if it were yours. Imagine a time when you said something and a friend or relative says, "I was just thinking that," or "I was just about to say that." How did you feel? You just thought a thought and said it, right? Your friend just thought it too, right? But you both had the same thought. There is no delving into each other's minds, no talking inside your heads, no forcibly pushing thoughts from one person to another. The process is total simplicity. So subtle and transparent that we miss it in our everyday lives and think that telepathy is a process that only a few can do and that it must require some special skill. It's going on under our very noses with no effort required at all. So how do we know when we're communicating telepathically? Seeing as you just know what someone else knows, the thoughts can be mistaken as your own. Technically, the whole reason we are able to use telepathy at all is because we are all one mass consciousness. But many find this concept difficult to grasp because they mistakenly think it means the removal of individuality. How to know when you are communicating telepathically? When something random pops into your head. Real randomness can be an indicator. Perhaps a thought that had no train of thought leading to it, a concept that pops into your head as if from nowhere. This can be a thought that you gain telepathically from another person. Another example, when you suddenly feel different, you can telepathically receive the emotions of others, that's empathic abilities, and feel them as if they are your own. When these emotions come from nowhere, perhaps at random, it's possible that they were telepathically received. Also, you won't always know. When you've picked up a thought from someone as if it were your own, and the other person has not validated that they shared that thought, oftentimes there's no way of knowing if the thought came to you telepathically or if it was your own. Humans, as we all know, communicate primarily through language, the vibrating of sounds within the throat and mouth which others receive through the ears and then form perceptions and derive meaning within the mind. Much meaning can, in fact, be lost this way. Imagine you are telling someone you love them. It's difficult to truly convey how much you love them. You can overemphasize the words or accompany the vocal vibration with body language to add effect. But what if, in an instant, the other person just knows how much you love them? There's no question, they just know. Your mind is very powerful, and as a race in physical form, we have very little access to this power without active seeking and rediscovery. Of course, once this precious life is through, your abilities will be returned to you, but for now you can work on accessing them once more. Chemicals within the brain called polypeptides conduct thought energy which activate brain cells. This is likely the means by which the mind communicates with the brain and the physical body. The mind acts as a bridge between your spirit and your physical brain, and these polypeptides help coordinate brain cells to invoke appropriate physical reactions such as movement, body language, speech, and so on. As humans, we undergo a comprehensive forgetting process at birth. We forget the vast majority of all spirit memory, that's everything we've learned during past lives, from the spirit realm, the laws of the universe, who we are, and much more. This means that when we're born into human form, with spirit attached, we have to start from scratch with the tools available. We forget that we can communicate telepathically. After this forgetting process, a combination of factors prevents telepathy occurring as a main form of communication. We grow up in society where communication is not at all based on telepathic communication, and so this skill is not nurtured. Furthermore, due to our physical human vehicle having opposable thumbs, we're naturally drawn to holding, making and using physical objects. Trying to use your hands for 10 minutes without your thumbs would be tricky, right? You can't hold a thing. It is thought that without these, or having a lesser replacement, we would be naturally drawn to using the power of the mind instead of letting its true potential remain untapped. We can relearn what we have forgotten by paying attention to telepathy and learning bit by bit when it's occurring, and then using it to our personal advantage. There are no limits through time and space because you can tune into the vibration of a friend or relative miles away. Through meditation, you can align with their thoughts, energies, and emotions. Spending time with other people helps you to align with their vibrations, making telepathy easier. Do you find the more time you spend with someone, the more you begin to come up with the same ideas? If something's wrong with that person, you're the first to know because you sense a change in their energy vibration frequency. Know that you already perform telepathy all the time, and that you're a totally wondrous being with amazing abilities. You just don't entirely remember that right now. Do keep an eye out for the next video coming up, how to practice telepathy step by step, won't you? Click subscribe if you're not already a subscriber to receive regular spiritual inspiration on your journey through life. Like and share also because we're raising the mass vibration together. So go now in love and peace.